I needed to cut back and prune a load of trees in my garden. I underestimated how much cutting and pruning was needed. My trusty Bosch reciprocating saw did an outstanding job, at least to start with. However, there is a point at which girth beats length, so a chainsaw was needed. My old petrol chainsaw was leaking oil and desperately needed a service before it could be used. I had moved from petrol to battery power from a Strumming with a Stihl FSA 86R cordless brush cutter a couple of years ago and have been delighted with the lack of faff and fumes. So I rationalised that I could go down the battery chainsaw route, and what I saved in service and repair and gained in logs would cover the cost admirably. I looked at the Bosch advanced chain offering based on the outstanding experience of using their oscillating saw. I also looked at the Stihl MSA 220 as I already had a couple of AP200 batteries for the Strimmer. The Bosch seemed a bit underpowered for my needs, and Stihl recommended the more powerful AP300S batteries for the 220 at £299 each. The Husqvarna 225i kit version with a 14-inch bar was on offer with a free additional battery at £341 from Garden Machinery Direct, who I've successfully bought from before, so it rapidly became an easy decision. I suspect there's a new version of the 225i chainsaw in the offing, hence the deal with the free battery. I have been astonished with how good the Husqvarna is in action. The 225i kit came with a BLI 200 battery and a 40 B140 battery, both of which are 36 volt units with 187 and 144 watt-hour capacity respectively. I have the impression that the BLI 200 has a higher C rating than the B140 as it felt a tad stronger and more powerful cutting thicker tree stumps, whereas the B140 sometimes felt less torquey, but this may just be the effect of different tree types. Husqvarna don't give an estimated working time for either battery, but I got an easy hour of log cutting joy out of both. On 3 battery chargers I almost filled one of my log sheds, so I'm happy enough with that. I needed to buy another sharpening kit to suit the H38 3/8 inch mini chain, and I tried some Oregon biodegradable oil which has been tip top. The 225 is not too heavy at around 4.5 kilos with the battery. The chain is easy to fit and tension. Just switching it on is a vast improvement on using a petrol chainsaw, and once I worked out the power trigger lockout, all was well. The handguard chain brake function works perfectly, as I can testify from personal experience. The instructions are for the main part just a series of images, which in some cases would benefit from a few words of explanation. The batteries take a couple of hours to charge, so it would be difficult to rotate just 2 if you needed to work the chainsaw continuously. And that's about it. It's a chainsaw and it does an excellent job without all the messing around with petrol. It is definitely powerful enough for small tree felling, log cutting and pruning, and does it all in a hassle-free way. It's all good.